Hey, logo fans and subscribers, I'm SpeggiMan's, and it looks like the QA follow-up is finally here, premiering right now on my channel. This likely is the biggest ever video I've done on the channel. As you see, I'm using a different AI voice rather than the one used on the rank and base video. This one seems more expressive and realistic. Most of the questions were tried to be answered. Some users aren't featured in this video, but anyways. Starting off this epic video, we have this so-called priority list. This means all of the users you see right now in the video will have all their questions answered in the order you see, except for one dude who didn't participate for some reason, despite the video staying live for 5 days or so. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into the users' questions. The first question obviously comes from the second best online friend I've ever had in my times on the internet, Tio. Anyways, Tio first asks if I think that I'll work on animation more using that 3D program. That 3D program is called Prisma 3D, by the way.
Yes.
I guess I'll work more using the program. Already worked considerably with it and will likely continue in the future if that's the case. Second thing they ask is if I had another channel before this one. Yeah, I had one before. It was created in 2020. It was in my native language, used my real name, and also I was showing my real face. I was doing gameplays with face cam, skits, and a couple of travel vlogs. However, that channel racked up only 16 subscribers during its 7 months of activation. So I permanently deleted it. That channel can't be accessed anymore. Next up is Marta P, Enterprise's Backup, which first asks about my favorite TAT prediction. Here's mine. Second thing is if I'll plan making some more TAT related content videos. Of course, that's all. That's also why I started this channel. TAT content was, is, and will be on this channel. Next up, Brady the Great asks what's my biggest hobby outside of logos. Likely amateur music composition and 2D and 3D animation. Can't think of anything more bigger at this point. Oh, and I also have a passion for old video games, their early technology, sound chips, and graphics are all fascinating and reminiscent of their golden age, as they say. I've played some 1980s games such as Pac-Man, Galaga Rolling Thunder, Dig Dug Congo, Bongo, Astro Blaster, Xavius, etc., and also beat myself some original 1990s games such as the first 2 Sonic the Hedgehog games, Alex Kidd, Altered Beast, and a part of Vectorman as of now. Second thing he asked is, what's my favorite holiday? Christmas, obviously. All the classic movies, the tree, the winter weather that I like, etc. Santa Claus also was a big part of this favorite holiday as a child, before finding out the obvious truth about him. Also, nice quirk of you using kanji characters for the numbers. Next question comes from Adrian Knack's channel, which gave both of us, Tio and I, up a banger drawing. I still look at my free time. Thank you so much for it. Anyways, he asks that if I could start my own entertainment company, what would I call it? SpeggiMan's Entertainment Company. Literally the best thing I can imagine. Next question is from Colony of Cars, which asks a very simple but very effective one. What is my taste of music? This one will likely be my longest answer. Some of you already know I hate the mainstream. My stance is bad on it. I mean, I hate the modern mainstream. The only mainstream worth listening is the one from the 70s to the 90s because that's when music really hit its prime. From this era, I like artists such as ABBA, Aerosmith, Michael Jackson, Depeche Mode, George Michael, Ace of Base, and the Bangles. Regarding the present moment, I've mostly listened to obscure synthwave music and its derivatives. Recently, I've also started getting into some Citrance and especially Eurobeat. Like, damn, music's fire, and it's my desire to keep listening. Hit me with all sorts of intense, energetic music, mostly now. That's my jam. Regarding synthwave, I personally recommend Discern and Ben Bisinovsky. Both are on SoundCloud. Even what you're hearing right now in the background is Ben Bisinovsky. And also Rude Buster. This literally is the best song to remix. Like, I have about 10 remixes of it in my playlist. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Oh my god, I need to stop. Last question coming from my priority list is by Mastering Studios. First thing they ask is, what made me interested in TAT? I found out about this logo in 2019, and practically the feeling of finding out about a new production logo, especially Lost, is very intriguing, obviously. I'd also like to ask a question. Did you take any time to read my card page before asking that second question? Oh my god! Well, this wraps it up for my priority list. Now I'll attempt answering some of the other questions various logo fans asked in that comment section. I'll also call them by their handles this time, as I disabled the comment section and can't remember their actual usernames right now. Bruh. Copo the Awesome Boy asks if I use Blender 3D or not. I'm currently not using Blender because I personally found it a little complicated to begin with. Prisma 3D is an easier alternative for now. Might want to also learn Blender in the near future. Vintage AI asks, what's my fave logo? Refer to my favorite logo top for that. Link will be in the description after the premiere. And then they ask, what's my favorite SNES game? Sadly, I never played on the SNES and don't know many of the titles from there. Then in a similar vein, Diane Luciano907 asks, what are some logos that I absolutely hate? Again, refer to my worst logo top for that. Link will be in the description after the premiere. Next up, I don't know if this dude's handle was intentionally made to be edgy or to provoke certain reactions. However, I'm indifferent to his personal opinions. Anyways, he first asks, what's the first logo I ever saw? Likely it's the Televisa logo from 2006, which looked this.
Televisa presenta.
I remember seeing it in 2009 or 2010, or when I was 1 or 2 years old. However, memories are very fuzzy from that back. It also may be my first ever memory and the first ever on-screen production logo I remember seeing. Second question asked me for the opinion on the SDT film logo, which is this one. Pretty simplistic 2000s distribution logo. Has its own charm, but it's honestly... next question is from SD_LV, which asks if I have any favorite country or place. Yes, I've been romanticizing several places for a few years already, including the obvious South Korea and Japan. And I've also been liking parts of the world such as Latin America and Scandinavia, and also other countries such as Germany, Iceland, Australia, Canada, etc. They all have their unique charm and fascinating culture. Still haven't been in one of those places, but I'd want to. Friar8513 asks if I have any interest in art and or photography. To be honest, art and drawing doesn't interest me. That's Tio's job. Regarding photography, I do enjoy seeing amazing photography online and even made some private pictures in my city when it felt sort of gorgeous. However, I am not a professional photographer and not really that obsessed with photography. I just enjoy it. And last but not least, our last ever question of this video is brought to you by MacLover Random Handle Characters, which asks me if I plan to upgrade to a more professional video editor for my TAT remakes. Honestly, my TAT remakes are great with the video editor I use, in my opinion. With the video editor I use right now in the Rare Vision VHS filtering app, I can make good TAT remakes. I'm also slightly afraid of new learning curves with more advanced software, so I don't see myself upgrading to a better one. And with this question answered, this marks the end of the Q&A follow-up premiere regarding the few people who didn't appear in this video. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I prioritized what was best. Anyways, that's all. My username is SpeggiMan's.
Good evening.
Why?
Where's my partial TAT footage?
It's here.
I've heard from YouTube that you've been looking for my TAT logo. I'm intentionally hiding it. I'm not going to allow you to uncover it. In your dreams.
Oh, but I couldn't get the questions right. I